Hi you guys, and welcome back to Dandor ASMR. I have some Thin Mints here. These are fresh from the fridge. I never put them in the fridge before, but I heard some people say it was good. And it is pretty good. Now some people said the freezer, that's doing too much. I'm having a little late night snack, and I wanted to tell you guys about some experiences that I've had recently. I recently just went to 2 mediums. One was local, one was over Zoom. I did the Zoom one first. I would say the Zoom one, the woman was very believable. Like, it was super easy to talk to her, and like, it sounded like she believed what she was saying. Now, she did know a couple things about my personal life that she would not have known otherwise. So that was pretty, neat. However, she then went into like a big thing about like past life stuff, which is really cool, don't get me wrong. But it's like, you can't fact check that. So it left me kind of feeling like some of that was like filler for the session, if that makes sense. Again, it's like you wanted to believe her, but like in hindsight, after my session was over, I was kind of like, you know. She did say that my grandma had stepped forward, who's passed. And some of that made sense. But it's one of those things where like, it's specific enough that you think it could be true, but it's vague enough that you're like, do I believe that? So then the local one that I found, she only saw dead people, spoke to dead people. And so I was like, okay, maybe I can kind of bypass like the past life stuff. And yeah, when I met her, really nice, really nice. When I met her, she was like, oh no, like I wish I was cool enough to do the past life stuff, but I just don't or can't. And so the first person that she had brought up was my friend that is deceased, and it's an old coworker of mine. And I don't know if I talked too much about it on the channel, maybe when it first happened, but I don't think I've been more profoundly affected by any death than his. It was really the first big like death in my adult life, and he was very much like a family member to me, so like, it wasn't good. My life also just started going downhill in a lot of other ways. is right around his death. So like that time in 2023 till now has been low-key hell for me. So I don't have a very like good connotation with this like whole time frame and him not being here. I can finally say I'm at a point where I won't usually just like start crying talking about him. Before, I cried all the time over him. So everything about my friend was very on point. From his passing, his personality, things he would say, that was all very on point for me. Then the only other person that came through for me was my grandmother. Same grandma from the first one. Nothing lined up, like they didn't both say the same thing, if that makes sense. Well, they kind of did over one situation. Yeah, they both agreed in one situation. But some of the stuff that she said about my grandma that I felt like didn't really make sense is that when my grandma was alive, she told my mom often to like not waste time going up to her grave when she passes, and that she's not there, and to like not bother buy her flowers and to buy them for her when she was alive. So that being said, the medium, she was like, no one ever visits your grandma, and she's up there alone. And she is up there alone because there's a kind of a mess up in the plots. So she's up there alone and no one does go visit her. And I've been wanting to, and I don't know where she's at, so I just like haven't. So she said how she's like lonely and wants someone to come visit her. Well, like, if you believe in this, if you believe that people pass over and learn lessons on the other side and can change their mind, which personally I would like to kind of think they can, you know, maybe she changed her mind, but my mom said it was something she was super adamant about, and I don't know, it just didn't make sense. She also said I wasn't a good cook. I'm a damn good cook, you guys. Like, to most people's standards, I would consider myself a good cook. So, there's stuff like that. And there were a couple other things too. Now, she said she saw one of my dogs too. Again, no specific information, no description even about what he looked like, actually, now that I'm thinking back. And my father, who is super, super skeptical, doesn't believe in anything, he was like, everyone has had a friend, dog, and grandparent die. You know, this lady's a fraud, da-da-da-da. Which is funny, and I don't care. He is entitled to his opinion. But, I mean, it did resonate with me, like, and there was some stuff that was, like, more relevant to my mom's childhood that I then double-checked with my mom, because I had no idea if it was true or not. And, my mom did say it was true, so that was kind of cool that I was able to, like, corroborate with her that the story was true. You guys, these cookies are so good. All in all, would I do it again? Probably not anytime soon. I spent like, I don't know, $200 total on each of them. Not each of them, sorry, it was $100 a piece. And is it worth $100? I don't know. I didn't get that much out of it. I'm kind of at a point in my life where I'm like so desperate for direction that I'll take it absolutely not. Was it cool? Was it entertaining? Sure. You know, it wasn't that bad. It's like a source of entertainment. Like, that's how I looked at it. So I didn't mind wasting my money. And they did each say some things that I was kind of like, maybe they do know what they're talking about. So, but that's my experience. And I'm done eating some of these cookies. So I hope you guys like my little story about the mediums. Let me know if you've ever been to one, if you would go to one, if you even believe in them.